I kind of liked when it was around the room and you could see it pulling the smoke back in. Hey everyone, today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Dreo True HEPA Air Purifier. I did receive this sample from Dreo, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this Dreo Air Purifier or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging right here. Very simple design. Walking us through a couple of key features right here on the front. So we have 360-degree filtration, 20 decibel quiet performance, and auto sense technology. They also say online this supports room sizes up to 1,300 square feet, technically 1,358 square feet, which is massive considering the size of this unit. Now let's go ahead, let's open this up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our product literature featuring a user guide and manual. We have a QR code to register your product for a 5-year warranty. Lastly, we have a quick start guide right here, walking you through everything you need to know from how to use the air purifier and to get everything set up, and a nice breakdown of our air quality indicators on the unit. Next, we have our power supply and adapter right here, followed by the unit itself. Let's go ahead, let's look at this in more detail. Looking at the unit from the top, we have all of our button and control options, 4 on each side with indicator lights. So on the left side right here up at the top, we have our filter reset button, followed by child lock, timer, and turbo mode. On the right side, we have our sleep mode, auto mode, manual mode, and our power button. Here's a look at the front of the unit right here with Dreo's logo and branding down at the bottom. Potentially maybe an indicator light right there, probably for our air quality, so you can easily see it visually, which is great. Here's a look at the side. Here's a look at the back side with our power connector right there. We can go ahead, we can open this up too. So we got a little filter right there. Here's a quick peek at the other side. And then you may notice this yellow tag down here at the bottom. Check the filter and remove the plastic bag. So here's our base. We have our open and close instructions. So we have these little triangles lining up right there. And that reveals our sealed filter that we need to remove the plastic from. And there's a quick peek at the inside of our air purifier. Now let's go ahead, let's get this set up. So with the plastic off the filter, we also have it plugged in. Now it's time to power on our air purifier. Simple touch controls. So it's powered on. I currently hear it running. We're at the lowest fan setting. So let's cycle through some of the different options here. Now we've increased the speed. Still very quiet. And now we've maxed it out. Not bad. Got some good airflow to it. I need a little ribbon or string. That'd be cool. Be able to see that blowing. Now we have auto. Then next up we have our sleep settings right here. So this dims the light for you. It's going to be nice and quiet. Let's go to turbo. A lot of air movement there. Then we got our timer setting, 2, 4, or 8 hours. Then we have child lock. Do I have to hold that one? Oh yeah, press 3 seconds. All right. Now we're locked out. So we got to hold it again. 3 more seconds, we're ready to go. And then lastly, we have our filter reset button. So in case you're wondering, the included filter should last anywhere between 6 and 8 months, maybe even longer, depending on your usage with this air purifier. Now we'll show you the front side right here. So our indicator is actually showing us that it's red right now, if you'll be able to see that on camera. We got the red light illuminated there. And if we go to our little handy dandy sheet, that's not good, right? We don't want that. We want to have better air quality in here. So let's start doing some tests. So we have an air quality indicator right here with a couple of key metrics and values that it's monitoring in real time, just like this air purifier is doing. I wanted to compare them together because currently it's showing that the air quality in here as poor, but let's cycle through the different measurements here. The lower, the better, and we're getting our green light so we know that we're in really good shape. This also has your PM 2.5 filtration as well. So we definitely have acceptable levels here for everything. Our TVOC as well. And our AQI. That usually fluctuates between 8 and 4. And then we're back to the beginning for our HCHO level and reading. Cycle through it one more time. But everything looks great. We're going to continue testing out this unit. We'll let it run and see after a couple more minutes if that indicator decides to change at all. Now it's time to see how loud, or should I say quiet, this air purifier is. We have a decibel meter here. Currently it's running on the lowest fan speed setting. So let's see how loud it gets. We maxed out at 42.8 decibels, but I'd say it was right around 40 consistently for what it was averaging. Now let's bump it up a notch. We're at our second speed setting and we'll see how loud it gets. So we peaked at 54.1 decibels on the second speed setting. I would say typically it was averaging right around 50 decibels. Now it's time for our third and final speed setting. Let's see how loud it gets. So we maxed out at 61.4 decibels here on our highest speed setting for our fan. It was averaging right around 60 decibels. So basically 40, 50, and 60 per our decibel meter. But we actually have one more test to conduct. Let's see how quiet it is in the sleep mode. So in the sleep setting, we got a max readout of 35.6 decibels. Very quiet, definitely the quietest setting out of the bunch. I do want to point out that they advertise 20 decibels. I'm assuming they also measured theirs in the sleep setting. They probably had a more professional environment with better soundproofing and sound measurement tools, so we can defer to their claims. But realistically, very quiet in the sleep setting or the first, maybe even the second setting. It just depends how close this is going to be to you. Now, I can tell, even in the sleep setting, I hear a faint noise. Don't know if it's a motor noise, right, of the fan spinning. It's not the airflow making noise. It's something internally that has a little kind of ring to it. So if it didn't have that little ring, this thing would be near silent, but you can hear that very faintly. Maybe that's just my unit, might be your unit as well. But you have a couple different modes to choose from depending on, you know, the sound, if it bothers you, how close it's going to be to you, that sort of thing. So make sure to take advantage of that and choose the right setting that you prefer. Now you'll notice our air quality indicator is blue, which is matching what we're seeing right here, and it's the best result and status that you can get. So we'll cycle through again. Nothing's really changed here, as you would expect, because we have really good air quality, and this particular unit will help us continue to maintain that air quality. Just give it maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes to run, initialize, and get set up during, you know, your first use. And it's recommended to put it on turbo mode, let it really filter and clean your environment, and then you can switch it to auto mode to have it continue to run as needed. But there you go. The air quality indicator works great. A lot of different modes for you to choose from. Easy to see as well. Love having the different lights right on the front, but it's not too bright, too annoying, or too attention grabbing. But this will do a nice job if you have some dirty air to help you purify and clean it, or if you already have some decent or great air quality, this will help you maintain that air quality in your house, business, wherever you plan to use this. All right, now it's time for my favorite test. So we have the unit currently in turbo mode right now, and I have a smoke machine right here. I mean, look at that. Check that out. And it's already sucking the smoke right into the machine. I want to show you that this filter really works to trap particles. So watch what happens as we inject the smoke directly into the machine, the intake and the filter. Pay attention to see if you notice any smoke coming out the top, or does it trap everything in place. So let's fire away right here. All right, that's a ton of smoke. Even in turbo mode, I just see a little bit, just a little bit coming out through there. So let's go to just our maximum speed setting outside of turbo mode. So we're on fan setting 3. And let's try again. Same thing, just a little bit. Hardly any of it is coming out. Do you want to know why? I mean, there's a ton of smoke. Watch what happens. I'll just do it from here. You'll be able to see that it'll still suck a bunch of that smoke in, but the quantity of smoke that we were injecting right into there is pretty substantial. So it's amazing that we don't see any more coming out of the unit. So let's go ahead. Let's press it again. Here we go. Look at that. We'll go a bit further out. I kind of liked when it was around the room and you could see it pulling the smoke back in. I know, we're having a lot of fun here, but look at that. So it's gonna move, right? To suck all that air in from the sides. And then your clean filtered air comes right back out.